Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, viewers on our live streaming. Thank you for attending on this wet evening. There are only a small number of matters for Council to deal with tonight, and there will be some rules around the question and protocols. I just ask if those of us that have mobile devices that they are turned off or put on silent, please. Thank you. Start with the CEO.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All council meetings are filmed with both video and audio being recorded. Video recording is focused on this area here, being councillors and staff. However, audio from the entire room is captured. By speaking during question time or any time, you consent to your voice and any comments you make being recorded. In common with all narrative in a council meeting, verbal responses to congratulations of victories in question time will not be recorded in the written minutes of council meetings. The rationale behind recording council meetings is, of course, to improve access and transparency of council decision making for all of our community. The full meeting is streamed live on council's YouTube channel, which is Alpine Shire Council, and the entire recording is also available after the meeting on the same YouTube channel.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. We could stand for the acknowledgement of the traditional custodians and recognition and the opening prayer. Thank you.
The Alpine Shire Council acknowledges the traditional owners of the land we are now on. We also acknowledge those people who have contributed to the rich fabric of our community and strive to make wise decisions that will improve the quality of life for all.
Thank you. Confirmation of minutes. We need to apologise. Yep. Confirmation of minutes.
I so move.
Councillor Farrell, seconder.
I say second.
Councillor Pearce. Councillor Farrell, anything? Nothing there?
No.
As they are?
As they
Councillor
are.
Pearce? Yeah, all in favour? Carried. Yep. Good, thank you. Apologies. Councillor Keeble is interstate and apologises for not being here for our last meeting. Councillor Roper was here, but due to the weather conditions there had uncontrolled circumstances at his farm, he's had to rush back to deal with those. So apologies to council and the public for that, but they are beyond his circumstances.
And also the Director of Assets.
Oh, the Director of Assets, Charlie Bird, is here, but is in another room for operational reasons at this point. Obituaries and congratulations. There are none, I understand. Nothing. Oh, Councillor Forsyth.
I'd like to just congratulate the Medal Savoy Club soccer team on becoming grand finalists and winning the grand final a couple of weeks ago. It's a fantastic achievement for the soccer club.
Councillor Forsyth. Councillor Pearce.
I might just throw in one that I wouldn't normally throw in, but maybe it's my last chance to, is to congratulate Daisy Pearce on a great journey.
Sorry, if we have to do that, we really have to congratulate all the...
Well, I'll include Darcy Viesco and the Simpson girl and all of them.
And I'd also like to sort of thank the Dragon Boat team over on the Mount Beauty Pondage on Sunday. It was a lot of fun, and seeing this might be my last meeting as well, I'd like to officially congratulate my eldest son for completing his medical degree.
Thank you.
Irrelevant.
Thank you. Declarations by councillors, conflict of interest. Yep. Question time. Item 7, there are no questions from the floor tonight. Due to the election period, there are some questions, written questions on notice, which I asked the CEO deal with in a summarised way.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm hearing you ask me to be brief in my response, and I will be. The questions on notice are from Ms. Jane Sullivan. Question number 1, the Dinner Plain audit recommended a number of changes the Shire should put in place. Can the CEO advise what he's doing about these recommendations? When the audit was completed, as we know, a substantive audit that had some positive outcomes, I believe. There were a number of recommendations, a timetable set to achieve those recommendations. Recommendation 3.3, 3.5b and 3.5c are complete. Recommendation 3.5a, 3.9, 4.1a and 4.1b are scheduled for completion by 30 June 2017 and are well on track to being achieved. I have some more detailed information on each one of these that I don't feel is necessary to go into at this point in time. Question number 2, the Dinner Plain survey has been completed. Can the Shire advise what tactics it will put in place to address the issues raised in the survey? I may ask Ms. Green to address those matters. Get without power.
Oh, no.
Okay.
The survey was completed earlier this year. We had a very high response rate. Each issue raised in the survey has particular results, as is our normal practice when we review services, whether it's at Dinner Plain or anywhere else in the Shire. We would engage with the community. We have got a view of the Dinner Plain community in relation to those services now. And as we review each of those services, those views will be considered, and the community will be kept informed. So certainly those views will be used each time we review a service.
Question number 3, what negotiations have been held at Mount Hotham to address transport issues between Hotham and Dinner Plain? I can say that I've personally met with the CEO at Hotham RMB 3 times in the last, I'd imagine, 2 months. Twice were very detailed meetings lasting at least an hour, and we have a further meeting tomorrow to discuss analysis of that service, and there is a plan that we're working towards that is probably not best to give blow-by-blow details to our community about. Rather than tell people what we're going to do, we'll hopefully show them the positive results we've achieved, as we try and do with everything. So that's 3 meetings is the simple answer to that question. Can the Shire advise what risk assessment it has done for its intention to spend $7,000 on fireworks at Dinner Plain on New Year's Eve 2017 as approved by Council last month? This is an event proposed by Shire's administration, not requested by ratepayers. I'll ask Ms. Green to answer that one again.
The New Year's Eve fireworks were proposed by council officers as a marketable event to increase visitation over the New Year holiday period. This proposal was endorsed by the Dinner Plain Advisory Committee during the event funding process, and again at the September Dinner Plain Advisory Committee meeting. The event is also supported by all of Dinner Plain's venues. The use of pyrotechnics is regulated by WorkSafe Victoria, and all operators must hold a valid permit to operate. In addition, special permits are needed to operate in periods of high fire danger and total fire bans.
Can the CEO advise ratepayers on how much is being spent on the renovation of the Shire building? Well, those details are included in last year and this year's budget, the total being $445,000. We have 2 wings in the building. The first wing renovations are well underway and nearing completion. In order to be a progressive and innovative organisation, we always seek to challenge the way we do business, and we're moving to activity-based working, which is commonplace in the private sector. This will involve the elimination of individual offices assigned to managers, directors, and indeed myself. We will have different workspaces to improve collaboration and efficiency, and that's efficiency of operations, but also efficiency from an energy viewpoint. We will have, and I don't want to labour all of the detail behind this, but we'll have a very advanced IT environment, so we will have no telephones on our desks. It will all be Bluetooth driven. We'll have dual monitor setups at every desk. We will have a fully thin and virtualised environment, which is certainly at the cutting edge of our sector. All of these, as I said, there's two motivations here. The first is to ensure we have high quality workspaces for our staff, and the second, of course, is as a result to make sure we deliver the best services we can to our ratepayers. In addition, we have done things like replaced our air conditioning systems. The payback period on that is approximately 3 years because we have some old and wasteful and expensive to maintain systems. And in terms of showing environmental leadership, we'll have a series of other initiatives such as motion sensor controlled lighting, double glazed UPVC windows, etc., etc. So it's an exciting project for us in our workplace, and as I said, the budget is 445 as contained in the budget adopted by Council this year and last year. Can Council advise the CEO if he has had his salary frozen in line with the freeze he has put in place for staff? I have certainly put no freeze in place for staff. We are talking about a 3-year wage freeze plus a 1-year pay increase as part of our next 4 years of negotiation. While I am not, while my contract does not mirror the conditions provided to staff, I have certainly made it clear at every single staff meeting that whatever the staff get is what I will be getting. So my contract provides for conditions that are significantly more favourable than that, but I've made it very, very clear on every occasion whatever is negotiated with the staff is what I will be getting. So if it is a 3-year wage freeze and a significant...
Can I make a comment here? The salary is up to the council, not up to you, Mr. CEO. Council will decide what you get paid and whether you have an increase or not. Thank you.
Can I make a comment on top of that? I think it's appropriate that Dave does fit in well with that line, Jan, and I think it's
Excuse
important that he
me,
does.
councillors aren't meant to be commenting on...
No,
We're not supposed to be commenting on anything, Jan, and we're...
I can, because I'm not standing.
I think that the CEO has adequately addressed the matter now.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, I've gone through those questions quickly, but
Thank
of
you.
course we are limited for time at this
We are.
meeting, as every other meeting. Always happy to respond to any person that asks questions, to meet with them in person where they would be able to get a more detailed answer if they so need. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. We'll move on. There are operational issues that need to be attended to this evening as well. I'm very mindful of that. Item 8.1.1, Alpine Shire Council Annual Plan. Chief Executive Officer.
Yep. Mr. Mayor, I'll quickly go through this because Council has cited this information obviously on a range of previous occasions. So we provided our annual report to the Minister by the end of last month, as we were required to do, and the annual report is now presented to Council for you to note. As always, it shows a focus on reducing costs, on increasing capital works and delivering capital works on time, and thirdly on ensuring that we reduce the burden on ratepayers in terms of rates and charges being our ongoing focus. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
I so move.
I say second.
Councillor Pearce. Councillor Farrell, do you want to say anything?
No, as read we can't.
All those in favour? Carried. None against. Director of Corporate, nothing. Director of Assets, nothing. Crown Land Rezoning at Tintender Lane, is that right, Heather?
Yeah, that's right. This is for Council's information and noting, the Crown Land, through the Department of Treasury and Finance, is proposing to rezone some land in Tintender Lane in Bright, which is near the Bright Shallow. This process has been mooted for, I'm going to say, at least 8 years, and finally we've received notice that the state government is proceeding with this rezoning. It will allow some development potential, and the area shown in green there, through that rezoning, and it's likely that let's hope that we'll get some residential development as well as perhaps some further use by the Bright Shallow. That land will be sold by the state government at some future stage after the rezoning goes through. rezoning is likely to be advertised in the near future by the state, not by council. So this is to inform council that that will occur. So the recommendation is for noting.
Thank you. Could I have some...
I so move.
Oh, it's all up that end. Very good. Councillor Pearce. Councillor Farrell.
And
That's
the
it.
name in the record.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Take it easy. As it is only for noting, we're not having discussion on it. All those in favour? Carried. Assembly of Councillors, election period statement.
I so move.
Yeah.
And I might as well second.
Come on, Myrtleford.
Who cares?
We care, Jan.
Yes, because
We
you're
definitely
grandstanding
care.
down there.
Oh,
we're not grandstanding.
Order in the chamber. I want to go to this last meeting, folks. It's a lovely evening. Okay, so that's just be received.
Yes,
So it's be received. All those in favour? Thank you. Carried. Presentation of reports by delegates. They've not presented because of the election period. And there aren't any general business. There's no general business tonight because of the election period policy and guidelines. Motions for which notice has previously been given nil. And reception and reading of petitions nil. Documents for sealing.
I so move.
Recommendation that following documents be signed and sealed.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Very good. Councillor Farrell. Councillor Pearce. Thank you. Hope you both pull up the same coloured biro.
Has to be black.
There being no further business, I call this meeting closed. I thank my fellow councillors for their attention as my period of mayor, and I wish those that are restanding all the very best, and I wish the new council all the very best into the future. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good night and safe travelling home. Thank you. Well, you wanted 10. Well, it would have been 10 if you had been there.
still live, everyone, so it's